Have you ever felt like an invisible force keeps you from reaching your true potential? That relentless whisper of self-doubt, subtly weaving its way into your thoughts, telling you that you're not enough or that your aspirations are out of reach. This struggle is not foreign to the human experience. It's a shared burden, a quiet battle that even the greatest minds in history have faced. Yet, within this struggle lies an invitation to confront doubt, not as an adversary, but as a stepping stone to your best self. Imagine standing in the shadow of ancient Athens over 2,000 years ago. The air hums with spirited debates and the clatter of everyday life. Among the crowd is a young man named Socrates, whose presence is far from commanding. He's not wealthy or powerful and is often dismissed for his unassuming looks and constant questioning. And yet, this very man, plagued by the same doubts that haunt us all, would go on to redefine wisdom and human understanding. How? Not by silencing his doubts, but by leaning into them, examining, challenging, and transforming them into the foundation of his greatness. This timeless lesson extends to us today. Doubt is not a wall, it's a doorway. Breaking through the barriers of self-limiting beliefs is not about becoming fearless or invincible. It's about cultivating a mindset that welcomes the unknown, embraces growth, and seeks meaning in the struggle. As we embark on the journey of self-improvement, let us take inspiration from Socrates and countless others who dared to face their doubts head-on. Their courage reminds us that the potential for profound transformation lies within every whisper of uncertainty. In the crowded streets of ancient Athens, Socrates roamed with a singular purpose: to question everything. Far from the revered philosopher we now recognize, Socrates was an ordinary man with an extraordinary curiosity. He wasn't rich, politically influential, or traditionally charismatic. By many accounts, he was mocked for his appearance and relentless inquiries. Yet, his humility and willingness to embrace his ignorance became the bedrock of his legacy and the essence of what we now call wisdom. One pivotal moment shaped Socrates' life and philosophy. When his friends revealed that the Oracle of Delphi had declared him the wisest man in Athens, Socrates was bewildered. How could a man who openly admitted knowing nothing to be considered wise? But instead of succumbing to doubt or arrogance, he embarked on a journey of discovery. He engaged politicians, poets, and artisans in dialogue to understand their knowledge. Surprisingly, he found that while many claimed expertise, their understanding was shallow, rooted more in pride than truth. This realization transformed Socrates' perspective. His wisdom, he concluded, lay not in knowing everything, but in recognizing the limits of his knowledge and maintaining an insatiable desire to learn. He taught us that admitting what we don't know isn't a weakness, a strength, a gateway to growth and deeper understanding. What about you? What unknowns in your life have you avoided exploring? Perhaps it's fear of failure, a reluctance to admit vulnerability, or a hesitation to ask questions that might make you seem unprepared. Socrates' journey challenges us to step boldly into the unknown, to seek not the illusion of certainty, but the transformative power of curiosity and humility. True wisdom is not about having all the answers, but embracing the courage to ask better questions. 1. Breaking through doubt, a Stoic path to overcoming limitations. Doubt is a subtle force, often disguised as caution or logic, whispering why we should hold back or why our efforts are bound to fail. It's a familiar companion on life's journey, but it doesn't have to dictate our course. Instead of allowing doubt to immobilize us, we can confront it, challenge it, and ultimately transform it into a catalyst for growth. Consider the journey of Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most celebrated Stoic philosophers and the Roman emperor during a time of great turmoil. Despite his position of immense power, Marcus often grappled with doubt. The weight of leadership, the threat of wars, and the devastation of plagues could have easily led him to despair. But instead of succumbing to these fears, he leaned into the principles of Stoicism. Marcus taught himself to distinguish between what he could control, his thoughts, decisions, and actions, and what lay beyond his influence. By focusing on what was within his power, he found clarity amidst chaos and resolved to move forward, step by deliberate step. What does this mean for you? Doubt often masquerades as an impenetrable wall, but Stoicism teaches us that it's nothing more than a veil waiting to be parted. Perhaps you doubt your ability to achieve a long-desired goal, start a new career, or repair a broken relationship. Like Marcus, you don't need all the answers right now. You simply need to take the first step, no matter how small. Write down your intentions, confront the beliefs holding you back, and focus on the areas where you can progress today. The Stoics believe that doubt could be a teacher, guiding us toward resilience and wisdom. Each time you confront it, you grow more robust, confident, and equipped to face life's uncertainties. Remember, the key to breaking through the doubt barrier isn't perfection or immediate success, persistence. As Marcus wrote in his Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Take that first step today, and watch the veil of doubt begin to lift. 2. Acting like the best version of yourself. A Stoic path to inner transformation. What would your life look like if you acted as if you were already the best version of yourself? Not in arrogance or pretense, but in embodying the strength, confidence, and resilience you aspire to achieve. For the Stoics, this wasn't just a thought experiment. It was a practice of aligning daily actions with the highest virtues, a way to rise above self-doubt and step into the role you are meant to fulfill. Reflect on the story of Epictetus, born into slavery and enduring physical disability in ancient Rome. On the surface, his circumstances were bleak. Yet Epictetus chose not to define himself by external limitations. Instead, he acted as if he were already free in his mind to think and to align his actions with his principles. This mindset didn't just sustain him. It transformed him into one of the greatest philosophers of his time, a teacher whose insights would inspire generations. This principle isn't about pretending or masking your struggles. It's about shifting your perspective and cultivating the habits of excellence. Imagine you're striving to develop a new skill, overcome a challenge, or achieve a significant goal. What would a confident, disciplined, and determined version of yourself do? They might practice consistently, seek out growth opportunities, and respond to setbacks with perseverance. By acting in aligning vision, you begin to build the foundation of your transformation. The Stoics understood the profound power of action in shaping our inner world. First say to yourself what you would be, wrote Epictetus, and then do what you must do. When you act as if you are already your best self, your mind begins to follow suit. Confidence grows, doubts recede, and clarity emerges. This doesn't mean pretending challenges don't exist. It means approaching them with the poise and resolve of someone committed to growth. So, how can you begin? Start small. Speak confidently in a meeting, approach a daunting task with determination, or set aside time to reflect on your long-term goals. Visualize your success, remind yourself of your strengths, and align your actions with the person you aspire to become. When you act as the best version of yourself today, you pave the way for that version to become your reality tomorrow. 3. Focus on what you can control, a Stoic path to inner freedom. Life often feels like a storm we cannot escape. Unexpected challenges, setbacks, and pressures beyond our control swirl around us, leaving us overwhelmed and powerless. But what if the key to freedom lies not in changing the storm, but in how we navigate it? This is the wisdom the Stoics offer. The profound yet simple idea that our true power resides in our ability to control our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, even when the external world remains beyond our grasp. Consider the life of Admiral James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy pilot who was captured and held as a prisoner of war for over 7 years during the Vietnam War. Isolated and subjected to unimaginable suffering, Stockdale faced circumstances far beyond his control. Yet, inspired by Stoic philosophy, he found strength in focusing on the one thing he could master: his response. He refused to let his captors break his spirit. He maintained his dignity, supported fellow prisoners, and committed to enduring with resilience and purpose. Stockdale later credited the teachings of Epictetus for helping him survive and emerge stronger. This lesson applies to all of us. Perhaps you're facing a career setback, a health challenge, or a problematic relationship. It's natural to feel frustrated by the things you cannot change. Yet the Stoics teach us that our freedom lies in redirecting our energy toward what we can control, how we choose to think, react, and move forward. We reclaim our power and transform chaos into clarity by shifting focus from external circumstances to internal mastery. So, how can you begin to embrace this principle? Start by identifying what lies within your sphere of control. Is it your effort, your preparation, or your mindset? Practice acceptance of the elements you cannot change, recognizing that resistance only drains your energy. Instead, channel that energy into meaningful actions aligned with your values and goals. The Stoics believe this approach leads to a life of virtue and fulfillment, a life where we are no longer victims of circumstance but creators of our destiny. Remember, the storm may rage, but you hold the wheel. Choose to focus on what you can control and watch as your sense of inner freedom and strength grows. Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Take control today and discover the power of a life guided by purpose and resilience. 4. Turning challenges into growth opportunities. The Stoic way to build resilience. When life confronts you with setbacks, it's tempting to view them as insurmountable roadblocks, moments that test your resolve and shake your confidence. But what if these challenges weren't obstacles at all? What if they were invitations to grow, opportunities to refine your character and cultivate resilience? For the Stoics, life's hardships weren't curses but blessings in disguise, teachers guiding us toward wisdom and strength. Take the story of Helen Keller, who lost sight and hearing at 19 months old. Her world was plunged into darkness and silence, but instead of succumbing to despair, Keller saw her challenges as a crucible for transformation. With the guidance of her teacher and Sullivan, she learned to communicate, eventually becoming a prolific author, activist, and beacon of hope for millions. Keller's life exemplifies a profound Stoic truth. Adversity is not the enemy. It's the proving ground for greatness. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome, captured this sentiment perfectly when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective doesn't diminish the pain or difficulty of challenges. It reframes them as tools for growth. When faced with a daunting task, a failure, or a loss, you have a choice: to let it defeat you or to use it as fuel for your journey forward. How can you adopt this mindset? Begin by reframing challenges as opportunities. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Practice gratitude, even in adversity, recognizing that every struggle sharpens your ability to adapt and persevere. Seek out lessons and use them to fortify your character. Surround yourself with those who inspire resilience, and remember that setbacks are not signs of failure but stepping stones to success. The Stoics believed resilience isn't born from a life free of challenges, but from the courage to face them head-on. When you view hardships through this lens, you transform your circumstances and essence. Embrace each challenge as an opportunity for growth, and you'll discover the strength to rise above adversity. After all, the steel of resilience is forged through the fire of trials. 5. Building self-confidence from within. the Stoic foundation for a fulfilling life. Confidence is not a gift bestowed upon the fortunate few. It is a discipline cultivated through self-awareness, persistence, and alignment with one's values. In a world often obsessed with external validation, the Stoics remind us that true confidence springs from within. It is a quiet strength rooted not in what we have or how we are perceived, but in who we choose to become. Consider the life of Nelson Mandela. Imprisoned for 27 years under brutal conditions, he could have emerged broken, his spirit crushed by the weight of injustice. Yet Mandela chose a different path. Instead of allowing resentment and self-doubt to consume him, he embraced a vision of himself as a leader, a reconciler, and an agent of change. This inner confidence, cultivated through years of introspection and resilience, enabled him to inspire a nation and transform history. The Stoics understood that self-confidence is not the absence of fear or doubt, but the willingness to confront them with integrity and resolve. They believed that confidence grows through the consistent practice of virtues, courage, wisdom, temperance, and justice. When you align with these principles, you develop a sense of inner stability that no external circumstance can shake. How can you build this unshakable confidence? Start by challenging the narratives that undermine your self-belief. When you dwell on flaws or failures, counter those thoughts with evidence of your strengths and past successes. Set small, meaningful goals that align with your values and celebrate each step forward. Embrace setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than reflections of your worth. Practice self-compassion, recognizing that you are a work in progress and that growth takes time. The journey to confidence is not about seeking perfection or proving your worth to others. It is about discovering and honoring your inherent value, building a life of purpose, and taking deliberate steps toward becoming your best self. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Begin today by cultivating the virtues that anchor true confidence and watch as your inner light grows, illuminating your path and inspiring those around you. 6. Turning weaknesses into strengths, a Stoic approach to authentic growth. We all carry weaknesses, those aspects of ourselves we wish to hide or overcome. Maybe it's a fear of public speaking, procrastination, or a tendency to doubt our abilities. Society often encourages us to conceal these imperfections. Still, the Stoics offer a revolutionary perspective. True strength lies not in denying our flaws, but in embracing them as opportunities for transformation. Consider the journey of Theodore Roosevelt, one of the most dynamic figures in history. As a child, Roosevelt was frail and asthmatic, constantly battling illnesses that left him feeling powerless. Instead of resigning himself to a life defined by physical limitations, he chose to turn his perceived weakness into a source of strength. Through relentless effort and determination, he built a vigorous regimen of physical exercise, transforming himself into a symbol of vitality and resilience. Roosevelt's story is a testament to the Stoic belief that adversity, when faced with courage, can become a powerful tool for self-improvement. The Stoics teach us to confront our weaknesses with honesty and without judgment. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When we acknowledge our flaws, we take the first step toward understanding them. When we know them, we can transform them into assets. So, how do you turn your weaknesses into strengths? Begin with self-awareness. Identify the areas where you feel most vulnerable or inadequate. Instead of avoiding them, face them head-on with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Seek feedback from trusted mentors or peers who can offer constructive insights. Develop strategies to address these weaknesses through skill building, disciplined practice, or reframing your mindset. Progress takes time, so practice patience and self-compassion along the way. Your weaknesses are not barriers, they are stepping stones. Each time you confront a limitation, you strengthen your resolve and expand your potential. Embrace the challenges you face with courage and determination, and you will discover that what once held you back can become the foundation of your greatest strengths. As the Stoics believed, what stands in the way becomes the way. Let this truth guide you, and watch as your weaknesses transform into tools for authentic growth and resilience. 7. Make excellence a daily habit, the Stoic path to mastery. Excellence is not an innate gift reserved for the fortunate few. It is the outcome of consistent effort and a commitment to self-improvement. For the Stoics, striving for excellence wasn't about achieving perfection. It was about living virtuously and dedicating oneself to continuous growth. The foundation of greatness lies in the small, deliberate actions we take each day. Consider the life of Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's most celebrated polymaths. Da Vinci was not content with being merely a painter. He saw every task, from dissecting cadavers to studying the flight of birds, as an opportunity to refine his understanding of the world. His meticulous attention to detail and relentless curiosity were not born of natural talent alone, but were cultivated through daily discipline. Leonardo's notebooks, filled with sketches, questions, and observations, reveal a man who lived the Stoic principle. Excellence is a habit, not a singular act. The Stoics believed that pursuing excellence was tied to living in harmony with one's values and purpose. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This unwavering commitment to integrity and mindfulness in action exemplifies how excellence begins in the choices we make moment by moment. How can you start making excellence a daily habit? Begin by identifying areas of your life where you can improve. Set clear, realistic goals that align with your values, and create a plan to work toward them consistently. Pay attention to the details, no matter how small, as they often define the quality of your efforts. Seek feedback from those you trust and use it to refine your approach. Celebrate progress, no matter how incremental, as a reminder of the path you're forging. Excellence is not about grand gestures or extraordinary leaps. It is about showing up daily, fully present, and committed to doing your best, even in minor tasks. By embracing this mindset, you cultivate discipline, self-respect, and a sense of purpose that elevates every aspect of your life. As Aristotle wisely observed, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Let this truth inspire you to pursue excellence, not as a destination but as a way of life. 8. Embrace your authentic self, the Stoic call to live truly. In a world that often celebrates conformity, it can feel risky to reveal your authentic self. The pressures to fit in, meet expectations, or mask individuality can be overwhelming. But the Stoics believe that authenticity, living in alignment with your true nature and values, is the key to personal fulfillment and a profound source of strength and resilience. Consider the example of Socrates, who remained steadfast in his commitment to truth and virtue despite relentless criticism and eventual persecution. He refused to compromise his principles, even when it cost him his life. Socrates lived with an unwavering dedication to authenticity, holding that an unexamined life that strays from one's true self is not worth living. His courage to embrace his individuality and stand firm in his convictions inspires us to honor our inner compass. Embracing your authentic self begins with self-awareness. What do you truly value? What principles guide your decisions? The Stoics taught that living authentically means stripping away the noise of external opinions and societal expectations to focus on what genuinely matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is a call not to seek validation from others, but to act in harmony with your core beliefs. How can you begin living authentically? Start by reflecting on your values and aligning your actions with them. Acknowledge your unique strengths and perspectives, recognizing that your individuality is not a flaw but a gift. Speak and act with honesty, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. Embrace your imperfections, understanding they are a natural and valuable part of who you are. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and celebrate your true self. When you live authentically, you cultivate inner peace and a deeper connection with those around you. Authenticity is magnetic. It draws others toward your sincerity and courage while fostering relationships built on trust and mutual respect. The Stoics remind us that a life lived by our true nature is the only life worth living. Seneca wisely observed, "No man can live a happy life, or even a supportable life, without the study of wisdom and the pursuit of virtue." Let your authenticity shine, and you'll find happiness and the strength to navigate life gracefully and purposefully. 9. Unlocking your full potential, the Stoic practice of purposeful action. Imagine living each day with clarity and determination, unburdened by self-doubt or hesitation. For the Stoics, this state of purposeful action was not an abstract ideal but a practical way of life. It begins with understanding that unlocking your full potential requires more than ambition. It demands discipline, self-awareness, and a commitment to consistent effort. Reflect on the life of Viktor Frankl, a psychologist who endured the horrors of concentration camps during World War II. Frankl discovered a profound truth despite unimaginable suffering. Even when stripped of everything, we can choose our attitude and actions. He found meaning in helping his fellow prisoners, reminding them of their inner strength and potential beyond their current circumstances. Frankl's resilience exemplifies the Stoic belief that our power lies not in what happens to us, but in how we respond. The Stoics teach that fulfilling your potential begins with aligning your actions with your highest values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight challenges us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, decisions, and efforts. We step closer to becoming our best selves when we act with intention and integrity. How can you begin this journey? Start by setting clear, meaningful goals that resonate with your core values. Break these goals into smaller, manageable steps and commit to steady daily progress. Cultivate self-discipline by resisting distractions and staying true to your purpose, even when challenges arise. Celebrate your small progress as a reminder of the momentum you're building. Unlocking your potential is not about grand achievements or public recognition. It's about living a life of purpose and authenticity. Each purposeful action strengthens your character, sharpens your focus, and brings you closer to realizing the person you aspire to be. The Stoics believe that excellence is achieved not in extraordinary moments, but through ordinary, deliberate choices. Epictetus wisely stated, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Begin today by taking one purposeful step, and watch as your full potential unfolds before you. 10. Inspiring others through virtue, the Stoic way to lead by example. Actual influence is not found in grand speeches or commanding authority. It is cultivated through quiet integrity and unwavering dedication to one's principles. For the Stoics, leadership and inspiration began with the self. Before guiding others, you must align your actions with your values and demonstrate the virtues you wish to see in the world. Consider the life of Florence Nightingale, a pioneer in modern nursing who revolutionized healthcare practices during the Crimean War. Amid the chaos of war and the authorities' indifference, Nightingale chose not to complain or demand recognition. Instead, she led by example, working tirelessly to improve sanitation and patient care. Her commitment to her values inspired her peers and transformed the medical profession. Nightingale's legacy is a testament to the Stoic ideal, leading through action, not words. The Stoics teach that the most powerful way to inspire others is to embody the principles you hold dear. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is a call to action, not to instruct others on how to live, but to live so virtuously that your example speaks louder than any argument. How can you inspire others in your daily life? Start by reflecting on the values that matter most to you. Are they honesty, resilience, compassion, or justice? Commit to living these values consistently, even in moments of difficulty. Practice humility and self-discipline, showing others that true strength comes from within. Encourage those around you by offering support, empathy, and wisdom without seeking personal gain. Inspiring others is not about gaining followers or recognition. It's about planting seeds of growth and transformation through your example. Your actions ripple outward, influencing those around you and creating a legacy of positive change. The Stoics believe that living virtuously elevates your character and inspires others to strive for the same. As Seneca observed, associate with people who are likely to improve you and welcome those whom you are capable of improving. By leading with virtue, you transform your own life but also ignite the potential in others. Start today, live with integrity, and let your actions light the path for those around you. Conclusion: becoming your best self is not a straight road or free from challenges. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving journey filled with opportunities for growth, reflection, and transformation. The Stoics remind us that greatness doesn't come from external accolades or fleeting moments of success, but from the quiet, persistent effort to live virtuously and with purpose each day. Each of the principles we've explored, whether acting with confidence, focusing on what you can control, or turning challenges into opportunities, is a tool for cultivating a life of meaning and resilience. These aren't quick fixes or lofty ideals. They are practical steps you can integrate into your daily life to align with your highest potential. The journey begins now, not tomorrow, or when circumstances feel perfect. It starts with a single choice: to show up, commit to growth, and face life's uncertainties with courage and grace. As you take these lessons forward, remember that transformation is not about achieving perfection, but striving consistently toward your best version. The Stoics teach us that the effort itself is noble and that the act of trying elevates the soul. With each small victory, you strengthen your character. With each moment of self-awareness, you take one step closer to the life you were meant to lead. If this resonates with you, please take action today. Reflect on what you've learned, share your insights, and commit to implementing these principles. And if you found value in these ideas, consider joining our growing community by subscribing to this channel. Together, we can explore more about Stoicism, self-improvement, and the timeless philosophies that guide us toward a fulfilling life. Let's continue this journey of growth and wisdom, supporting each other and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, remember that greatness begins with a single step. Take yours today.